24 hours away. What are we talking about? Big day coming up. We're going to see what these markets are going to do. We have 24 hours remaining. The countdown has started. Shout out to TradeX, sponsor of the channel. Let's dive in to this story. Smash the like button, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Help us out. We're here every single day, bringing you up to speed. Now, here we go. Global stocks advance ahead of U.S. inflation data. This article just coming out this morning. Now, here we go. The dollar right now is pretty steady ahead of Thursday's U.S. inflation data. That's right. We're going to get inflation data here very soon. Wall Street was poised to join the global advance in stocks on Wednesday on the hopes that the U.S. inflation and earnings figures due later in the week point to a resilient economy and slower pace of rate hikes. So again, today, Wednesday the 11th, inflation data coming out tomorrow, Thursday the 12th. Markets were largely subdued as investors awaited to see how Thursday's U.S. Consumer Price Index, or CPI, could influence the Federal Reserve's thinking. Meanwhile, the dollar remained steady and gold was flat after scaling an 8-month peak on bets that the U.S. inflation data will show a slowdown in price increases. Now, of course, we can hop over to cryptocurrency. It's pretty flat right now at the time of this recording. Bitcoin, though, has been running pretty hot recently to start the year. Look at the 7-day outlook here for Bitcoin, sitting up here at 17,400. Of course, in the last month, we did get a run up in mid-February or mid-December where we popped up over 18,000. Again, the number we're watching for, we want to get above this line. 18.3 would be the number to really get us excited, right? If we broke this resistance right here. Now, dating back in the last 3 months, we did see in November, we got all the way up to 21,000. This, of course, before the FTX crash that took us all the way down very quickly, right? So that's where we're at right now. And we're going to dive back in over here. And crude oil prices have shrugged off early losses to move higher, while copper rose 9,000 a ton for the first time since June. U.S. stock index futures were firmer. Stocks continue to build on their gains for 2023. So like crypto, stocks have been kind of gaining some ground here, with investors hoping there will be no repeat of last year's rout and that any economic recession will be shallow or even avoided. So we shall see. Staff at Goldman Sachs were braced for news on whether they will keep their jobs in a massive slowdown and massive layoff time period right now for so many big companies. But the figures are expected to show December's headline annual inflation at 6.5%, down from 7.1% in November. So this is the expectation heading into tomorrow, 6.5. Thursday's data will be crucial in determining what the Fed is likely to do with interest rates in its next meeting at the start of February. So we'll be watching this very closely now, with some expectations that Powell would likely push back on easing financial conditions. Equity markets celebrated the lack of any clear guidance on policy direction. ING Bank said that business surveys point to a slowing U.S. economy, and if inflation allows, the Fed will be in a position to ease policy later this year. We shall see what happens, but 24 hours away, we'll learn where we're heading next. We'll learn where we're at with inflation data and what the Feds might do toward the end of this month, early February. Of course, we'll be here covering it for you. It'll have impacts on anything and everything as it relates to crypto and stocks. So if you hold crypto and you hold stocks, you're going to want to be locked in right here to this channel. Subscribe down below. Appreciate you guys so much, and we will talk very soon. See ya.